Responsibly. Here he is, my Colombo brother, the one and only Brian Windhorst on a windy Wednesday. Good morning, Windy.
No, I watched the one where the chef commits the murder with the
I love
wine.
it. One of my favorites, a season 7 classic.
Yes.
Wait, what happened? The chef did what?
He murdered another chef by putting poison in the wine.
Oh, he put poison.
By
Wow.
using the cork opener.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he got the poison from a blowfish.
How'd he do that?
Yeah, he basically takes a syringe and pulls out the poison from the blowfish, and Colombo knows.
How do you figure it out?
Yeah, it's a great question. How do you figure it out?
He's Colombo.
He suspected him within 2 minutes because he was at the same dinner, and why wouldn't he run to the hospital thinking that he himself was also
right?
Oh,
right.
Oh,
so if you ever
look at
poison
that.
somebody, you should act like, oh my gosh, maybe I've been poisoned.
Yeah,
that's
right.
So
that was my little mental note.
Okay, that's a good idea. So if me and Morales ever go somewhere and I decide to poison this guy,
Yeah, if you go to
once and
Jimmy
for all.
John's and halfway
Yeah.
halfway home, you're like, Morales is like, ugh. You need to
right,
pull over and
right.
act
Like Morales, are you okay? He's like, no, I'm not okay. Me neither.
right, exactly.
I'm sick as a dog.
That's how they caught that lady in Australia who poisoned her family. Same thing. She was the only one who didn't go to the hospital.
See, there you go. Colombo would have gotten her too.
This was from the 70s. Colombo was ahead of the game, Lindsay.
Yeah,
He was,
without
no
proper
question.
technology.
She must have watched the show, or she must not have wathed the show.
Correct. I, however, have.
Yes,
So
you have. So
I'm
you know.
prepared
And
for this
passing off great
eventuality.
advice already today.
Yes, thank you.
Hey, Wendy, George, I'm going to start if you don't mind. I'm just going to
Sure.
jump right in. Wendy, will you please explain to George and Lindsay now that the Lakers are easily going to win the NBA championship?
Oh,
Go ahead.
stop.
Go ahead.
Do you
Explain
think
it.
they'll do it in 4-4-4-4, or do you think one of the series will go to 5?
No, they're going to sweep everybody. They're going to the finals, and they're going to win no problem.
I will tell you that the other night when it got to being a I don't know what the score was with 5 minutes left.
Mhm.
I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn on because I went to the Clipper game and I left at half.
Did you see George there watching the game on Rich Paul's phone?
I did not.
This was Saturday night, by the way.
No, this was Monday.
Oh, okay.
Victor, Lindsay, Victor.
Sorry.
I actually left in the second quarter because the Lakers were at half and I wanted to see the game. But when they got to be 5 minutes left, I was like, you know what? I'm going to turn on the Clippers because I know how this game's going to end.
What did you think was going to happen?
Well, the Lakers are the best clutch team in the league, and the Rockets are not the worst clutch team, but among the good teams, they're the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was just like, well, I guess we'll find out what the details are, but I know how this is going to go. And
Okay.
if it happens again tonight, quite frankly, if the Lakers' goal for tonight should just be get the game to the last 5 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
because you'll, obviously it won't happen 100% of the time, but you'll outplay them on balance. The Rockets are going for tonight's game because they sat Şengün on Monday, and they're bringing him back tonight. And I'll tell you that, I don't, I wouldn't say this if they lose the next 4 on the Strip, but in my view, if the Lakers win tonight's game, this road trip's a success. And if the Rockets win tonight's game, they can call it a huge success because the tiebreaker's on the line tonight. Tonight's a double game. Counts as 2. You get the game in the standings and you get the tiebreak game. So this is a hugely important game. I'd argue this is the most important game of the season to this point for the Lakers. There'll be
Ooh.
bigger ones,
A must
but this
win.
is worth double points. And if the Lakers go 2-0 in Houston, push Houston basically 3 games back because you pick 2 games up plus the tiebreak, look, they're going to lose tomorrow night anyway. I don't see how they're – I guess it's the NBA, so, you never assume anything. But they're playing – George, what time's the game tonight?
6:30.
Correct.
8:30 in Houston,
Yes.
9:30 in Miami. So they play at 9:30 in Miami tonight. They're going to play this game tonight. Whenever they get out of Houston and get to Miami, what, George, 4 in the morning? They're not winning tomorrow. So
Right. And if you listen, so it's funny. When they get to Miami, they may not go straight to the hotel, too. That's also part of the equation for most teams when they get there, even at 4 in the morning.
Come on, you're kidding me.
Well, the deal that you normally make there is, they're not rushing to Orlando. So you say, we're going to stay an extra night in Miami.
Right, because they've
But
got
they
Friday
have
night.
these clubs now, George, where they're open 24 hours a day.
Oh, no, they've had those for many, many years,
Yeah.
even when I was a youngster. So, yes.
Let me just get this straight, because honestly, you're telling me something I don't know. You're going to tell me that the Lakers are going to play this game tonight in Houston.
Yeah.
They're going to fly to Miami and land at 4 o'clock in the morning. And rather than everybody going to the hotel and passing out.
He's making a joke. That's not what he's actually saying.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know. Doesn't Luka like clubbing?
Well, I'll say this. I'm not saying the Lakers will do that. And also, But Cappy, there's plenty of stories that players have told years later about arriving in Miami and just not. So I'm not going to tell you what this.
Let's just say, not the Lakers. Some other team could arrive in Miami at 4 a.m. And why go to bed at 4 a.m? You could just easily go to bed at 11 in the morning, and because you're not doing anything as a team until the game.
Right.
In theory, Cappy. I'm not saying that the Lakers would do this.
Okay.
But in theory.
All right.
Yeah. I will tell you that
Okay.
I was told a story by a former head coach recently, actually, about when he was an assistant with another team, and they had a trip to Miami, and he said that 2 of the star players did not get on the bus because there was a limo waiting for them on the tarmac to take them away.
I believe that. Absolutely, without question. And not only that, like sometimes when a team has an off night in Orlando, the players don't spend the evening in Orlando.
Oh,
No, they just go to Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't go to Disney World?
Well, Keyshawn used to tell us all the time, like when he played in Tampa, like their off nights in the NFL were Tuesdays. They're off days. So on Monday nights, him and a bunch of his teammates would head over to Miami from Tampa to go party.
I will tell you guys.
Sometimes farther away than Tampa.
Yeah, I will tell you guys a great story. And I'll wait until the 9 o'clock hour of an NFL team landing in Miami and telling me to pick a couple of guys up at the airport and take them to a party before they had to be back at the team hotel. And I was on the team bus waiting for these guys. It's a whole long story. But
All I'm going to tell you is
Yeah.
when the schedule came out in August,
Mm-hmm.
I knew the Lakers were very likely losing tomorrow's game.
Okay.
And not only is it a tough I don't care if you're coming from Orlando just to Miami, but when you're coming from Texas, in other words, you're losing an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're losing every time you go west to east, you lose the hour. Plus, it's the late national television game. So it's not a 7 o'clock start in Texas, 8 o'clock in Miami. You're in the air by midnight Miami time. You're in Miami by 2:30 in the morning. No. It's an 8:30 because it's the second national television game on ESPN. George will be hosting Countdown tonight. You definitely got to watch.
I will be watching.
But the Lakers are getting out of Miami. What time, George? What time do we think they're? What time do we think they're going?
Getting out of
wheels
Houston
up?
tonight?
I'm sorry, going out of Houston.
So if it's an 8:30 tip, the game will be over by 11. They got to do their pregame. That'll take at least postgame. Excuse me, that's 2 hours. So now we're talking like by the time they get to the airport, probably like closer to 1.
All right,
They'll take off.
That's 2 in Miami.
Let's say 2.5 hour flight. Right, they had to land in Miami about 3:30, 4 in the morning.
Okay,
Yeah.
so even if you're just going to bed, you're going to bed
5 a.m.
around dawn.
Yeah.
Okay, and you're
Yeah.
playing tomorrow in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
It's a ridiculous schedule.
Yeah.
This is
so stupid.
They're losing this game.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the more reason why tonight is very important.
When you say they're losing the game in Miami, just real quick.
Probably.
But do you think like, okay, LeBron, we talk all season long about back-to-backs.
It would be insane to play LeBron tonight.
Right. It might even be insane to play some of the other guys. I mean, I'm not saying everybody's going to sit, but might other guys sit?
I'm just saying to you, if the Lakers win tonight,
Yeah.
I am declaring the entire road trip
A success.
Now,
Okay.
if they go and they lose in Indiana next week, then
Mhm.
we're going to have a different conversation.
Okay.
Right.
But they take 3 games off of Houston. The reason I keep saying 3 is you get the tiebreak, you get an extra game. It's
Mhm.
like taking 3 games. And just as I will say, as terrible as Houston played the other night, as embarrassing as that fourth quarter was where the Lakers were just taking the ball from them like they were children, if the Rockets win tonight, they can say, we won the week. And you say, well, it's 1-1. How you can say you won the week? Nope, because they get the tiebreak. So I will, again, say this is the most important game of the Lakers season to this point. There will be bigger ones, but to where we are, March 20th, whatever it is, this is the whatever today.
It is the 18th.
18th.
Mhm.
This is the most important game so far.
All right. So, George, last time we had this conversation with Wendy many, many weeks ago. And at that time, you had a couple of comments. One was the Lakers are not as good as their record was at the time.
Yes.
And the second thing that really stands out to me is that Luka, Austin, and LeBron on the floor together, at the time, there was about 200 or so minutes.
Yep.
And the stats and data all said the 3 of them don't work together.
That's right.
My question to you would be this. Has the conversation changed
Yes.
from then
Yes.
to now? And if so, you're saying yes, explain.
Well, for the longest stretch of LeBron has taken 15 or fewer shots in 7 straight games. Not only has that never happened before in his career, it's never happened for more than 4 games. Okay? And you know what's happened to his shooting? It's gone up. And his scoring has gone down a little bit, obviously, because he's shooting less, but he's still averaging like 19 a game.
But his field goal percentage is up.
The whole
Way up.
team's field goal percentage is up.
Okay.
The team's 3-point percentage is in the top 3 for the last like 17 games. I mean, this is a pretty big sample. I mean, they were down in the bottom 10 of the league for the whole season. Their 3-point percentage is up. Look at Luka's performance over the last 10 games.
Mm-hmm.
You see what's going on there?
Mm-hmm.
Think about like a slider. Like you slide Luka up and LeBron sort of slides down a little bit, and all of a sudden things start falling into place because they're fitting together better. And yes, LeBron is giving more effort on defense. He's trying. I still think the Lakers are going to be defensively challenged because they're still, I think that's a good, but their defense has gotten much better. They're playing more zone defense. Ayton has had a couple of really good moments. Like
Marcus Smart's been outstanding.
Marcus Smart's been, it's very clear when you can get Marcus Smart out there with Luka that it helps. Okay. And even if he's not having a good shooting night, if he has a good shooting night, you're really in great shape. And so the changes that the Lakers have made, LeBron reducing his role a little bit, Luka taking on more, JJ playing a little bit different schemes, JJ playing more defensive lineups. I think their defense has just been better. Their 3-point shooting has been better. The 3 of those guys have been better. And they retain their killer ability in the clutch. They are a better team. They are performing much better now than they did 6 weeks ago. And that is a credit to JJ. That is a credit to LeBron. That is a credit to Luka, Reeves, all those guys. They're all working very, very hard. I don't know where the season is going to end, but they are all trying their best to maximize what they're doing this year.
Let's do a quick little look around the rest of the Western Conference, okay? So would you agree OKC still in a different category, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. San Antonio, where do you put them? Because I do think that they are a step above the rest of the competition, but they clearly have a flaw in their shooting. How would you assess San Antonio?
They are so impressive as a team, so impressive as these young guys, and I am careful not to take anything off the table for them. My instinct tells me that they've never played in the playoffs before, and when they get into the playoffs, George, these teams are going to game plan for them, and there's just going to be certain guys that they just don't even guard. But Victor is such a one-off. Like, the Magic when Shaq was there, I think it was his second year. Like those guys had never won a series, and they're in the finals because they had Shaq, because they had this guy who broke all the molds. Well, that's Victor. So I'm very careful to say that I don't think that they can win it. I think they can. I think, if I had to put percentages on it, I would put, 65% Thunder, 20-ish% Spurs, maybe 60-30, 5% Nuggets, and 5% other because it's the NBA.
Yeah.
That maybe I would think about that. I would adjust it a little bit. The Thunder, to me, are the strong favorites. Beating them 4 out of 7 is going to be hard, especially if they get their full team back, which they may not. But yeah, that's the way I see it.
What about Denver, though? They clearly don't look the same. They're just getting their whole group back, though, so they still have a little time. But how do you said 5% for them, but what has to go right for them to make it work?
Well, first off, let's just admit they should have won this game over the weekend.
I tried to explain that, but nobody fought that for me.
Great win by the Lakers, amazing,
incredible,
but
miraculous at the end.
Like if it was a playoff series and it was Denver at Lakers, most likely that's going to be 1-0 Denver. In that, let's just say that was game 1 because I saw JJ said it was going to be like we're going to play it like a playoff game. Mm-hmm. Probably should have been 1-0 Denver. Now maybe the Lakers come back and make it 1-1. I'm just saying because the thing about that game, Aaron Gordon looked really good. Like if the takeaway from somebody in my job, like people are watching that game going, oh my God, what a finish. I loved the slow motion. Some people ran. You remember how the NBA used to do that? Where they would play like the piano music and everything was like slow. I was watching the footage of like when Reeves pulled off the missed free throw. Like the crowd around the court was just like delirious. It was so fun to watch because it was such a crazy play.
Yeah.
All that is awesome. In my position, I'm like, boy, Aaron Gordon looks good. Aaron Gordon made a lot of shots. Like that's the type of player that they need. Jamal Murray played one of the worst games he's played in the NBA. Mm-hmm. Okay. So I still think Denver is dangerous, assuming they can get everybody healthy. I actually think Jokic for a month played for him C-plus basketball, and I think he's starting to play more B basketball for him. If he gets to A-level basketball, it's going to be a challenge. So I think Denver is still dangerous.
The Lakers, that Saturday game, you and I both said, and George, we all argued on Monday morning, but, on Saturday, the Lakers were up 17. Then they found themselves down by 8. Then they found themselves having to battle back to even get back into the game to set up Austin Reeves and what I called a miraculous shot. In fact, I would say you probably have a better chance of kicking an onside kick, recovering it, and scoring a touchdown in the same play than you do to throw the ball off the basket, recover it yourself, and shoot and score.
Not only that, he got an easy shot. If you go look at the times when this has worked, where the shooter has gotten his own shot back, like the Luka famous play, Luka catching the ball and like he just slapped it up to the basket and it went in. Donovan Mitchell had a play like this a few years ago. He had a 58-point game, and the ball he dove and just threw it up and it went in. The fact that the play worked so well that Austin was able to catch it, take a dribble, and have a practice one-footed that became an 80% shot. That play worked so well that he got a clean shot off of it. By the way, how about DeAndre Ayton with the reverse box out on that play, which JJ sent him in the game to do it, and he executed. I mean, he didn't he just basically got in Jokic's way. They instead of normally in a box out, you want to get around him and instead he pushed Jokic under the basket to seal him off. He basically set a screen. It was the most perfect play. Seriously, George, they could have run that play 50 times and not had it work out. They might have scored some baskets.
They could have ran it 1,000 times
and
it would have only worked out once.
What's the likelihood that you're going to hit the front of the rim, the ball's going to bounce off to the left, you're going to be positioned, and pretty much the only person to be positioned to get the rebound, or I guess, the ball off the rim, and then, like you said, have DeAndre Ayton execute perfectly this box out, and then you've got a wide open shot.
Right. Kind of crazy the Nuggets didn't have another guy down there. What do they got a guy back for? What's the matter? I mean, they had the right to put another player in there. They didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Yeah. And then, listen, that game Saturday, there was so much that happened in that game. Ayton, not only that play that you're talking about, but late in the game, LeBron underneath the basket pretty much hands him the ball for a dunk, and that was an important basket. Marcus Smart had a pick at the half-court point and then was able to take it in for a layup, and that was an important basket, and he had a huge night.
Yeah, that whole sequence, LeBron dives on the ground. His knee and hip are apparently oozing blood. So he loses the tip to Jamal Murray.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Jamal Murray makes this incredible play to win the tip from LeBron. And then it turns into a breakaway basket for the Lakers. That scenario. So that's, that scenario to pull that win out is amazing. But I'll tell you this, the Lakers have so many reps in the clutch. That's going to matter in the end. Ideally,
Agreed.
You don't want to have so many clutch games, but they're so good in the clutch. And so you figure the way the West is, whoever they play in the first round, the 3, 4, 5 of those games are going to clutch time. So ideally, you want to be like the Thunder, where a third of their games, they don't have to play Shea in the fourth quarter. This streak of games, George, when he just broke Chamberlain's record.
Right.
It was 127. There was some crazy number of those games where he never even played the fourth quarter.
Wow.
That's what a dominant team is. Preferably, that's the kind of team you are. Okay, they're not that team. But talk about, people, I see people are saying, are the Lakers lucky or are they good? We're in March. We've played 70 games. This clutch play, this is not luck. They are just, they have their skill set isn't perfect. It would be great if Austin Reeves was 6'7" and could completely
6'7".
shut down. There you go, Lindsay.
Thank you, Lindsay.
And she could totally shut down the perimeter. That would be amazing. That's not who he is. He's going to get targeted defensively. They're not the perfect team, but in the clutch, they are pretty close to a perfect team for clutch play, and it's really a weapon that they have.
Right. By the way, last year you may recall Minnesota was the team that played the most clutch games. And it ended up benefiting them again because they made it to the conference finals. Then they had a little good fortune in the sense that Steph Curry got hurt in that series last year. But it got them an opportunity to be able to understand those moments, to your point.
For sure. And, I see people making assumptions about the way the league is going to go. And I would just say that I've been around long enough to know that if you think that you think everything that just because it's March, everything is settled. That's not true. There is still a lot of time for teams to get hot in this league. So I would be very cautious to anybody thinking anything in the league is settled right now. So that last year was an example. Minnesota had the 6th seed. Minnesota had the 6th seed, but they finished very strongly. And next thing you know, they're in the conference finals. They ran into the buzzsaw. The Masters Champions Dinner.
I just saw that too.
Rory's dinner.
Menu has been released.
Let me hear what you got.
What would you have for your Masters dinner? Okay. The appetizers, peach and ricotta flatbread with balsamic hot honey and basil.
Sounds good.
Rock shrimp tempura with spicy sauce.
Okay, sounds good.
Grilled elk sliders.
What does elk
Is that
taste
an Irish? Is that an Irish?
Here's the thing about
gamey, isn't it?
So
Love me some elk, eh?
the elk sliders, I don't know, like I don't really go off the board too much. Like people have bison burgers on their menu. I don't really go bison burger, although I did try one once and it was very, very good. They say much leaner, but like what do they call it when deer meat? What's that called?
Venison.
Venison. Like people are like venison. I'm like, I don't want to eat
Western
deer.
PA people are eating
Yeah,
venison.
I know.
Bacon wrapped dates.
Those are amazeballs.
These are
Don't
not
ever say amazeballs again, Cappy.
Lindsay, these are not Irish.
That's the
dishes.
next Cappy T-shirt. Cappy's face, and it just says "Amazeballs."
That
These
is
are
so
not Irish
1999, Cap.
And that face that he's making right now has to be that.
There is no corned beef and cabbage on here. All right, first course.
Okay.
Yellowfin tuna carpaccio.
Okay, sounds
With
great.
foie
Oh,
gras.
that sounds good.
Foie gras, I don't know.
What's foie
Foie
gras?
gras is like goose liver.
Ew.
And
It's really good, though.
But it's also very controversial.
Yeah, because of how they extract it.
Yeah, how do they extract it exactly?
I don't know how they
It's
do it, but I
probably
know
like
that's,
very violent way they kill the goose,
I
right?
don't
that's why
know,
people
but I
are
mean,
very upset
yeah,
about it.
people get
like
pissed
it's
off.
banned now in California.
Right, like
It's
if they
like
used to have-
Venice, right? Venison.
My friend Bertrand, he owns a restaurant called Mille Fleurs. And when you walk in, he goes, hello, darling. Hello, baby. And you say, Bert, what should I have today? He goes, oh, please, have the salad. And so this guy, he would have this foie gras on the menu, and he'd go, you got to try this foie gras. I'm like, I'm not eating that. I don't want goose liver, So, yeah. Ugh, sounds good.
All right, main choice of Wagyu filet mignon or seared salmon.
Okay.
Now, that's,
I did have a seared salmon yesterday. It was lovely.
that's very traditional.
Mm-hmm.
With traditional Irish champ. I don't know what that is.
Irish champ.
Or champ. I don't know if I'm
Oh.
mispronouncing it.
Mhm.
If it's Irish, I would say it was pronounced champ. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I spent time in Ireland. I don't know what that is.
Mhm.
Sauteed Brussels sprouts, glazed carrots with brown butter and crispy onion.
Oh, that sounds delish.
That
Dessert?
sounds great, yeah.
Sticky toffee pudding with vanilla ice cream.
Oh, okay. Also sounds good.
Now, here's the thing. The Masters champ has to pay for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you
it's
think that's going to cost, Rory?
Well, there's probably 35-ish people, maybe 35 to 40 people.
Mm-hmm. That's
So,
it.
well, it's the champs. It's like the
Champions
champs.
dinner.
It's the
Okay.
champions dinner.
I know. I just
You
thought
have to
there'd
Not
be
just
more.
anybody can show up, Cappy.
There's not that many
Thought
guys.
there'd be more guys.
Well,
And so-
every year it gets higher
How
and
much?
higher.
What do you think that?
Or less and less.
What do you think?
Or
that,
less because some of them die.
but there's plus the alcohol.
Yeah.
That's
plus,
the deal.
Plus the alcohol. So
Plus
I
the
don't know.
booze.
So
Yeah.
I'm guessing a G a person.
Oh yeah. Every
Plus,
part.
who knows what sort of sort of feed the Masters Augusta National
Yeah.
puts on top of that. You have to use their catering.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
No doubt. They're
Their
getting
staff,
paid.
their
Yeah.
catering.
They're getting paid for sure.
And what's your when you're Masters champ?
I'm a low end sort of kind of like I'm super simple kind of person. First things first. You ready? At the Masters dinner, I'm bringing in an In-N-Out food truck.
Well, they're not going to
No
allow that
chance.
at Augusta.
No, they're not gonna allow it.
They won't allow me to do that.
No.
I mean, what part of
I
the...
think he's already disqualified from this.
Let me ask you this question: what about a Chick-fil-A food
No.
truck, given
No.
the proximity to Atlanta?
It literally.
No, they
It's the-
sell Chick-fil-A
Yeah.
during the rounds.
I've
but
never
no.
been. I've never been to the Masters.
Clearly.
Yeah,
Uh,
never been. I've never been, but I plan on going.
Just pause
Windy,
and
have
think
you
about
been?
this. Yes.
Really?
Pause for a second, Cappy. George, what's your you can think about this a little more after you hear me and George do
Okay,
it.
let me hear.
George.
So
Fancy
I-
food versus
I
my
too-
crappy food.
So now you can. I'm pretty sure that you can go multiple entrees items
Yes.
for different people, right? Correct me if I'm
I
wrong
just
on
said
that.
Smoked salmon or
Right.
Wagyu
Yeah.
filet.
Okay. So I just wanted to double check on that. So I would also have like
I would
one
have
of
a
these-
Taco Bell food. Go ahead.
I would definitely have one of these like A5 Japanese Wagyu.
Okay, you're
steaks. Like,
paying for it. Just so you know.
It's fine if I've
Oh.
got that kind of money. Like
Okay,
if I'm
I'm
playing professional golf, I don't feel like I'm hurting for money.
Okay. I'm just letting you know that you got to pay for it. Go on.
Yeah, that's fine. But if I'm Rory McIlroy, I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
So that would be one for sure. Then after that, I would probably do like some bluefin ahi tuna,
Ooh,
right?
nice. Lovely.
As the a little fattier on the tuna there.
Lovely.
As the fish dish. I do love crispy onion. Sounds good. But I think you also have to go. I would go lionized potatoes.
Ooh, you can't hide those lion eyes.
What's a lionized potato?
Yeah.
Come
I
on,
would go
Cappy.
lionized potatoes. It's got some onion
Right?
mix in there, right? Like it's good. And then I would go like some asparagus as a vegetable.
Oh, asparagus.
Yeah. Asparagus is a vegetable.
What is wrong with you today?
Different pronunciations. That's all.
And because I've got as an appetizer, I would probably have some sushi rolls.
Yes, there you
know
go.
what I mean?
Mhm.
Especially because for those who are going to go fish, even if you wanted to go steak, like you could have as like an appetizer some sushi rolls, just something simple, maybe just like like a spicy tuna or like just like a salmon roll with some avocado, something like that.
Nice.
Then
I've thought about this. I'm prepared.
Oh, you are. What do you got?
Yeah,
Let's
go
hear
ahead,
yours.
I have never thought about this because I'm not a huge golf guy, but
Yeah.
so those would be the appetizers. You get a little sushi. Then I do also maybe a little pigs in a blanket.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
love those. That's like being
As,
at a bar
as an
mitzvah.
appetizer,
That's
if you
beautiful.
don't like the sushi,
right?
right?
Yellow mustard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think you have to have a lot of different kinds of breads, I think, personally. I'm a big bread person. So I think you have to have like multiple baskets of different kinds of bread.
Like Olive Garden, like the
No,
the
Olive
garlic
Garden
bread.
is the garlic breads. You got to go to
Yeah.
What is it called? Right by where I live over. Oh my gosh, what's it called?
I don't know.
Cheesecake Factory.
There
They
you
have
go.
the bread with the 4 different kinds in
Right,
it.
the different kinds
Yeah.
of bread. You get a little sourdough. You get like a little like some wheat. You get some
Pumpernickel, maybe.
Right, pumpernickel. Like just the different kinds
Not
of
the
breads
dog.
as well. Then for dessert, so I would have one of two desserts. So
I
to
already know
me,
mine. Yeah, I got
I'm a
mine.
chocolate guy.
Mhm.
Okay, but so I would have some sort of like dark chocolate, like with like mousse cake or something like that.
Explain the
You better
reference
cut
to
that out.
Wendy.
You better cut out the I'm a chocolate guy.
Explain the reference.
You better cut that out.
I like chocolate desserts.
I know. We know what you like.
Okay. But then on the on the opposite end, for those that don't like chocolate, I would do 2 other desserts. I do a key lime pie because I
Bone
grew up in
lime.
Florida,
Right.
and a good key lime pie. If you get a good one,
Oh, yeah.
you know it's a good
Oh,
one.
yeah. It's all
okay?
about the crust.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
And the meringue, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would also do something simple for those that want, that maybe are watching their figure, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
You just do like some berries and whipped cream, like some
Yeah, Jack
blueberries,
Nicklaus,
raspberries,
well-known-
blackberries,
well-known
and some whipped
low-cal
cream.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I love Jack Nicklaus. My
What is
favorite.
yours, Wendy?
Yeah, let's hear your menu.
Well, you can bring in like chefs or you can bring in stuff from other restaurants. Like,
Mhm.
you can. So, not that I've ever thought about this, Morales. That I've never put any time in this. Clam chowder and garlic bread from the smokehouse in Burbank.
Okay.
Wow, a
Absolutely.
smokehouse reference.
Classic. I wouldn't necessarily choose the steak from there. No offense to my friends there, but the garlic bread and the clam chowder from there. I would just go there for. I heard that George Clooney used to go there. ER. He used to go there every day for lunch because his production company is called Smokehouse something or other.
Mhm.
I would just get the clam chowder and the garlic bread and
Yeah.
say, "That's it. I'll
That's
see you
it.
later."
You're done. You're
So
done.
I grew
Very
up
simple.
going to the smokehouse as a kid because my dad worked right down the street in Burbank. We had the smokehouse credit card. Back in the day, you could do that.
Oh,
Yeah, it
really?
was a big deal.
Really?
Excuse me.
Smokehouse really was.
I'm sorry.
was the place.
That clam chowder is spectacular.
And
There's
they're-
got to be just they're pouring straight cream.
The
Yeah,
bread
I
is incredible.
Was the credit card like a real physical
I
credit
don't
card?
know.
Or because here's the thing, some restaurants back in the day when you had a relationship with the owner, you would put it on essentially your tab.
I think
right?
that's what it
and
was.
at the end of the month, you would settle up. How many times did we eat there? How much do I owe you? And you'd pay, and you'd actually write a physical check.
Bergie and I
know?
still go there like every quarter for our little dinner because we both love the smokehouse. The prime rib still holds up. But I agree with you on the steaks. Nothing against them, but the bread is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
All right, George, you're gonna like this. The other app, I should be like doing like George is being very thoughtful, very Californian, like having a non-meat dish and everything like that. I'm not thinking that.
Well, listen, George. Some of your bread that you want to share with everybody is probably gluten free.
Yes,
So very California.
I'm skipping that, George. I'll send that to George. He can throw some to balance out the menu. George, also on the appetizer, the meatball from Prime Italian in Miami.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, meatball from Prime Italian in
See?
Miami. That's a great one. Yeah.
I have a different meatball.
Go on.
I have a different meatball.
Oh, you would do like Cafe Monterano?
Monterano in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, that's a
Do
good
you know
one,
Cafe
too.
Monterano?
No, but I'm prepared to learn.
Cafe Monterano is like one of these places that when you go in, you think it's like a normal restaurant. It's small, and they're going to move you in and out. But if you're there by like 9, 10 o'clock at night, what happens is the owner, Steve, he starts to take turntables out from underneath where he's cooking, and now he's DJing. And so he's
I don't want my cook to be a DJ.
Oh, no, you don't understand. Trust me when I tell you that this guy's a legend. He's from South Philly, and he's got a couple in Florida. He actually opened one in the casino in Pittsburgh right next to the stadium, got one in Vegas, and he's got one now in Philadelphia. And the meatball, he is world famous for the meatball at Cafe Monterano.
Here's the thing. I like my pilots to have gray hair, and I want to overhear them telling stories about Nam. That's the pilot I want.
Yeah.
I want my chef to be like angry.
I'm going to introduce you to Chef Monterano, okay, to Stevie. And he calls everybody cuz. He goes, hey, cuz. And he does all these videos where he's in like tank tops in South Philly. He's got tats and a bald head. He's very inspirational.
I want my chef to be an angry Mexican.
Oh, no. This guy's a blessed Italian.
Listen, Omaha, where I live, Mexican chefs drive Omaha. Okay. So, George, prime Italian, the meatball, it's like $57. I mean, we're going to have to. Yeah. It's the size of my head, but it's $57. Okay. Main dish, chicken parm.
Oh, yeah.
I have a number of places where
Are you going to say Craig's?
No.
They treat me wonderfully at Craig's.
Okay.
But I would.
Parm's good. But
there's a number of places that do it well. Okay.
Dantana's?
Dantana's chicken parm
also
is great.
love Dantana's.
Yeah.
I mean, I love all these old school places in LA. It's one of my favorite things about LA. Smokehouse being one of them. All right. Went to Taylor's last night in Koreatown.
So Taylor's is a place I love. I've taken Sam Pines there many times. A lot of people look at me sideways when I mention Taylor's in Koreatown. It's incredible.
But, Musso's, Craig's, like these are all great LA spots. Okay. But I could go to any of them. We could pick them out of a hat. For the side pasta at Original Joe's in San Francisco, they have these little raviolis that they serve. I want the Original Joe's little raviolis. They actually have I think the original Joe's in San Jose, but the one in San Francisco.
You just reminded me of something. You know what I would also have as an appetizer, Wendy? Joe's Stone Crab.
There you go.
Stone Crab.
Okay, I would allow that on.
Yes.
Is it in season in April?
Season. Well, right, yeah, because it is in season. Right now it's in season.
Okay, well then.
It's March through October.
So let's make it happen.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So
have you ever had that, Chris?
I have not, because I'm not a huge seafood guy like that. Like I eat
the original Stone Crab.
So, Cappy, for my anniversary, my wife had them shipped.
Ooh, that's amazing.
Lovely.
This anniversary
we've done
just
this now several times. We've shipped them one day, like next day, from Miami Beach, the Original Joe Stones to L.A.
See, Cappy, that's real love.
That's how you do it.
Is Rachel ever do that for you?
She has not shipped in any of Joe's Stone Crabs. No, she has not, as a matter of fact. I will talk to her about that today. I will. I will scold her.
For the vegetable, George, the sautéed corn from Mahogany in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Now, this is not cream corn.
Cream corn from Lowry's here in L.A.
I'm sure it's wonderful.
Out of this world.
This is not cream corn. This is they cut it off the cob, and it's excellent. Awesome. Probably also got a bunch of bad stuff in it for you.
Yeah, it's fine.
And I don't, the dessert, I'm sure there's a lot of great places. Whatever. By that point, I'm done. But that's my meal, and it's going to be cheaper, I think, than
what Rory's doing, or what George is doing.
I think
definitely cheaper than mine. Yeah.
George has got ahi tuna and wagyu beef. Like I'm spending way less than George.
Oh, that's nice, man.
And I predict that the people would be, because they get steak at all these meals. George. How many times a month is a professional golfer having filet?
How many times is a guy having chicken parm at Augusta National?
How many times are they getting the meatball?
No, not getting that meatball. Meet the ball.
What did you think? It may have changed everything for me. The LeBron, because I've been known to not love LeBron because I'm a Jordan kid. But now this might change everything. The LeBron Nike golf commercial that dropped yesterday.
So good.
That was great.
It was
good.
with Tom Kim. It was incredible.
Easy like Sunday morning with the Lionel Richie.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
So first off,
it was good.
He's probably done 100 commercials. His demeanor in this commercial is amazing.
Yeah, he's so happy.
He's awesome. I am mildly concerned about his putting stroke. That if that is indeed like his swing is like, a little bit of a mess, but it's okay. He's in his 40s. He's just learning the game. I'm not comparing my swing. They just show his feet and they show a putt. They could have added it later with just some extra.
Right.
That may not be his putting stroke. However, if that is indeed his putting stroke, we need to have a discussion. Like that is something that is, there's 100 different ways you can swing and be successful. And I'm sure when he hits at 330, that putting stroke is a problem.
We got to get McMenamin on the case to ask him if that was really him.
Dave doesn't know whether a golf ball is filled with feathers. He doesn't. Dave doesn't know anything about golf.
That was a great commercial, and it made me now inspired because I have been sort of anti-Beats. I had a Beats pair originally like 20 years ago when they came out or whatever, and I just didn't like the sound of them. But now I'm like, well, LeBron's got those Nike. It's a collab with Nike and Beats, basically new pods. I might have to get them.
Yeah, they're sharp.
It's
a great idea for a commercial, by the way. Yes. Everybody's going to give you advice. You're new to the game of golf.
Just the idea of doing a headphones commercial on golf.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty good. It is a trend now at golf courses for people to play music.
Yes.
While they're
out
golfing.
loud. Right.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm 100% down with that.
Really?
But you do you.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you have an issue with a GPS in a golf cart where now you have more information than ever
it's
before?
Vitally important.
Of course. So in that same GPS where you can either plug your phone in and you can have control of the aux like you talked about earlier.
Yeah, of course.
Or
that's what's happening.
Or a lot of people, when they don't go to such a fancy place, they bring out a speaker and they jam their tunes during. Listen, there are golf courses now, especially fancy golf courses, like super private golf courses, where you're bringing your dogs on the course with you and they ride shotgun, or you're playing barefoot, or your shirt's not tucked in. Like the fanciest of private golf courses now are places where the rich and famous are like, I want to be casual.
So
I don't want to be uptight.
I will just tell you not to. The place that I play in Omaha, they will tell you this: your shirt's got to be tucked in. In fact, it will, as you go out on the course, it will remind you on the cart. A new club opened in Omaha, a brand new club, and one of the things the people who joined it said, we have to have a rule that you don't have to tuck your shirt in.
Yeah,
so that is definitely a trend.
There's a place in the desert called the Madison Club. Have you ever heard of it?
I have.
Okay, so the Madison Club is Phil Knight, Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple. It was Phil Mickelson until he got booted, my understanding. It's like Tom Brady. It's like the rich, and it's older dudes who have money for a long time, and it's younger guys who are like pro athletes and have big pro athlete kind of money. And then you combine them with a lot of Hollywood types. And at that place, for example, you do whatever you want. They've got these comfort stations along the way. They're not bathrooms. Yes, you can pee, but there's every food item you would ever want. You can pour your own drinks. They've got tequila on the golf course, etc. I mean, you can go out there barefoot, shirt not tucked in, dog riding shotgun, and everybody's fine with it. And that's like the new way of being like, hey, we're a fancy private golf club, but do whatever the hell you want.
I tuck my shirt in because I respect the course. Even if it's a muni, I'm tucking it in.
So you have respect for the game.
I do.
You do. Yeah, I understand.
But I also have Yacht Rock playing on my speaker on the cart.
Listen, if it's at your car, you can do what you want. I'm not in that part of that trend. But I'm not judging somebody who does. I'm just saying it definitely happens. I don't believe at Augusta it would.
Augusta, you're not going to be allowed to
play
play Yacht Rock.
You could, but at the Madison Club, you could get the in and out cart.
Oh, no doubt. Are you? Have you ever played Augusta? Or you've been there as a patron?
No, hell no, I haven't played it.
Haven't played it.
No.
So I will say this: that in terms of like sports things that you want to do in your life, like some people are like, I want to go to the Daytona 500. I've never been there. I want to go to the Indy 500. Okay, these are all things that you might want to do in your life. And I'm not even like a crazy avid golfer, but I will just say on the bucket list is play a round of golf at Augusta.
I don't want to play. I just want to go.
Oh, really? You don't.
Tommy Lamb and I plan to one day we're going to go and just go in, spend thousands of dollars on merch, and leave on like Friday.
But you don't actually want to play the course.
I don't want to play
really
it. Why would I
ruin
ruin that
the,
memory?
The whole thing about the merch. So the whole thing about the merch is this. First off, when I went, to me, I didn't care about any of the players. I just wanted to walk the course. I went on a practice round day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
There were players playing. I didn't care. I can watch those guys 50 other weeks. I wanted to walk the course 1 through 18. And like at one point, when you get to like the 6th tee, so it's on a high spot, like you can look down to the right and you can see. I'm like, oh, that's the 16th. I don't want to look. I don't want to see the 16th before I get to the 16th. I want to approach it all. That was my thing. I walked the whole course. Here's the thing about merch. There's like privilege and uber privilege, right? So as you know, you can't buy Augusta merch anywhere but Augusta. You
Right.
can't buy it online. They have this barn there. God knows how many millions of dollars that they do. It's great, high quality stuff, and it's very expensive. And people fork over the money by the thousands by the second. So that's where you've seen many places. It's got you'll see the logo of the United States with the pin coming
Right,
out
the
of
Masters.
Augusta.
Yeah, right.
Okay. Then there is a separate thing that you can buy only if you play the course, only if you go to the main clubhouse.
Okay.
And that's when you see gear that says ANGC. You see somebody wearing gear that says AN, and it's very simple. But if you see ANGC, Augusta National Golf Club, that means basically
you've played
the So it's a
Now
secret.
you're making me want to play now.
Yeah, I wanna
Okay.
play.
So this happens. So am I boring you?
No, not one bit. Like for me, I'm fascinated by this because I desperately want to play Augusta.
So this has now become a thing at some of these super privileged courses that there's a different layer of clothing that you can buy. And so, for example, last summer I was invited to play Baltusrol. I'm not going to say by whom. It was
Where's
an
this
ESPN in New Jersey. It was by an ESPN. I don't know if this individual wants everybody to know they belong to Baltusrol. There was a high-level ESPN person that belongs to Baltusrol.
On-air person, executive, tell
I'm
me.
not going to say.
Don't do that.
I like
Happy.
to know.
No,
I
he's
like
gonna
to-
he's gonna
You are-
needle
I like
you.
to know
Help
these
yourself.
things. I like to know. I
At
can't help it.
Baltusrol,
I'm a nosy guy.
If you are a visitor, you can of course go to their pro shop, and they have beautiful material, and they have it's the logo. It's a ball with two wings on it, a winged ball, if you will. I think they're playing the PGA there in the next couple of years, and it says Baltusrol underneath it. But there's a members only section, and in that section you can buy gear that just has the logo, doesn't have the word Baltusrol. So if you see somebody that just has the logo, you know that they're if you see them around the because they have a lot of guests playing, they have just the logo. So if you just see the logo, then you know it's a member. And if you see somebody who has just Baltusrol, you know that they're riffraff. If it actually says that they are just get them out of here.
I love U.S. Open merch, so I'm wearing an Oakmont jacket from last year's U.S. Open.
Oakmont was
this
amazing.
year is Shinnecock, so I can't wait for the Shinnecock gear because I have no Shinnecock gear, and to be able to do the bits with Cappy about the Shinnecock gear.
Right.
So I'm really excited. Okay, we're a little behind on the Lindsay segment. Let's do it now.
Sorry, Lindsay.
No, it's okay. It's worth it.